see what to start with.
All right, can we just start with names and where everyone's from?
Randy from Buffalo.
Patrick from Rock Island, Illinois.
Max from Houston.
They don't matter, apparently. I'm John Colby from Indianapolis.
My name's Doug. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Go Vikes!
Mookie Harris, also from Indianapolis.
Diana from Houston.
Whoa! Yeah. Is that it? We're done?
Woo! That was great, you guys. Wow. Thanks so much.
So you guys have some questions for us?
So yeah, we have some questions for you too.
Okay. How did everyone end up here?
Plane travel.
Were you contacted by someone to do this?
Yes, we are all part of one large comedy family. ComedySportz is well over 20 different cities, and we all group together underneath one organization called the World Comedy League. And so it, from the World Comedy League, they sent out the bat signal, and we all responded.
How did everybody get into comedy? I know Jeff kind of talked about how he got into comedy by defending himself as like a mechanism.
Right.
So how did you guys get into comedy?
A fat child, like a fat kid. Same thing.
I was the opposite. When I was junior, I was 17. I was 5'5", and I weighed 120 pounds.
We would have been good friends.
So yeah, we would have
carried you
We would have been like little guy and big guy, and everybody would have hated us, but together we would have formed a team.
Yeah, I would also say that probably most of us probably aren't any really good at sports.
Right.
Right. So that leaves you with speech team and theater in high school. And so from that, I think where a lot of us get our interest is just doing school, doing theater in school, theater in church, those sort of things. Really, just snowballs.
Yeah. Because then you find out, you take your theater classes and you go to college and everyone's like, now do the Shakespeare monologue, now do the scene from David Mamet, and you find yourself being like, but can't I just like goof around and be funny? And like sometimes the serious thing isn't right for you. So for me, it was about going the other way and saying, but I'm really good at being funny. Let me find ways of using that to my advantage.
I think a lot of it too is that everybody here is big kids. We're all big kids. And so it's like the games that you play when you're younger really leads you to this point, because like if you think about all the make-believe games that you played, where you had to act out and role play, whether it was House or Time Machine or whatever it was that you did, those things. I mean, that urge to still continue to play is in every adult. We just found a way to do it artistically.
We don't play Time Machine.
Yeah, we don't know that.
No, I've never heard of that.
We're Midwest though. So
I was kind of the opposite of these guys. Like I knew that there was some level of funny going on, and I thought that translated to your only option is stand up. And I sucked at stand up. I tried it out and was horrible at it. Doug Murdoch's Fudge, though, great. Isn't it good?
Well, yeah, Doug's Fudge.
No, but so I went and tried stand-up and wasn't good at it. And I saw signs for an improv workshop, and I tried that out. And it was a completely different thing. I was like, oh, I see. So I can use this goofing around, having fun, pretending that we've all done since we were 3, and do it in a different way and have lots of fun with it. And that was 20 years ago. This has been a blast.
I pretty much bought my way in. Some guy said, you want to be in comedy? And I said, yeah. And he said, give me $20. And I did. That's how I got in.
$20?
$20.
Wow.
I was in a play when I was 19, and the other person didn't come on stage, but I didn't want to mess up because I didn't feel like I should be in the cast anyway. So I just stayed in character for like the next 4 minutes, and everybody was out in the dark, but apparently I found out they were all just laughing to see how long I would go. Afterwards, the director goes, you need to be in ComedySportz, and he told me about it, and then he never cast me in another show.
All right. We're pretty much theater killers, is what we are. Once you do us, you never get in a show again.
No fuss.
Right.
So is that childlike aspect what drew you to this kind of kids-oriented comedy?
Go ahead.
We like to really include the audience. And that's where we present our entertainment, is that we're very, very inclusive with the audience, as well as acceptable for any event and any situation. We can do anything from the Boy Scouts to a retirement party to a Nike corporate event. We do it all. Kids love what we do. and we focus on making sure that everyone can love what we do. So that's why we make sure that we keep a show that is appropriate for everyone. It's got humor for adults, it's got humor for students.
That's the great thing too. We're all from different cities, and we all have, in each city we have our own club or theater. And at any given show, you might have a bachelor party and a 10-year-old birthday party and a seniors church group, and I mean all in the same audience that are all laughing and enjoying the same thing. That's one of the things that I just love about comedy.
Clean comedy is so much harder to do. It really is, and a lot of people think, you know, I'm going to go on stage and I said a dirty word, hee hee, and the audience go, oh look, you see, he was naughty, hee hee. It's easy to do dirty comedy. You know, clean comedy is a lot harder to do and a lot more fulfilling, creatively, in my opinion. I get a lot more.
It's challenging.
A lot of people think that it must be really hard for us to just not cuss on stage in general, and I'm like, you do it every day at work. You know, you walk in, you stop dropping F-bombs when you walk in. Most of us, most, and but you're right. I mean, for a lot of people to then add the level of comedy on top of that with that filter going, it's really hard. Yeah, definitely.
It's just really, I think to me, the focus of it that you have to have. Like you said, you know, you have to recognize, you know, what words you're using as well as paying attention to it. I mean, your mind is in 7 different places at one time. Pay attention to your body, pay attention to your language, pay attention to the language and the body of the person you're working with, pay attention to the scene and what it needs. You know, where did I put the cup down because it's imaginary? Did I just walk through the wall? You know, I mean, all these things that you have to be constantly aware of. It's a series of checks and balances every 3 seconds.
I was hitting myself when I called your girl character a boy out there. Yeah, that's just one of those things you don't do. And it's like all of a sudden I was like, this guy over here, he's a girl.
Maybe I'm not good at improv because I don't do any of that. Like, I literally just pretend. Like we start a scene and I'm a kid playing Hungry Hungry Hippo, but they have little alligators on top of them.
Right.
And I just act like that's real. And for the next 3 or 4 minutes, you just act like whatever it is real. And what's cool, everybody here, whatever they're doing, they commit to it. And the biggest thing in improv is it's not a mistake unless somebody here admits it's a mistake. So if somebody says he instead of she, well now it's a boy, and we all just know it's a boy character. So it's a girl. And a girl.
That's right. It's both.
Okay. You're just always accepting your circumstances.
Just found out
as long as you
about that.
accept the circumstances that you're given.
I'll tell you. What else? Any other questions?
Fire.
So what did you guys think of Traverse City so far?
Cherries!
Moving here!
Cherries!
I think with I'm from being from Minneapolis, which is sort of like just sort of across the lakes from you guys. I feel like really at home here because a lot of this little like lakefront little town right here. It's so reminiscent of so many places I've been in Minnesota, and it's so nice. And I know that you guys like in the winter probably suffer through the cold, and then in the summer it gets super nice. And like it's so nice being here because not only is everybody nice, not only has everyone been so welcoming and so hospitable to us, but on top of that, for me, I feel like I'm at home. So Traverse City is great. So thank you for everything.
I had no idea what we were coming to. I mean, I figured it would be a small town because I'd never heard of it, but I had no idea the beauty and the quaintness and
it's like it's like a
awesome.
huge effort to preserve its humbleness in a way. Like, you know, it's like when you walk down, it's like there's nothing like this in Houston, and the only water close to us is brown and disgusting and awful. And so it's like it's a lot more simple. Like not like in a bad way though. Like in a very humble.
Americana.
Yeah, Americana.
When I was a kid, we came here. We had lived. I'm from Indianapolis, which, if you don't know, we're here. Yeah, you're up here, and Texas is down here, left butt cheek. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. We went camping all up around Michigan, and we came to Traverse City, and it's so completely different. Like coming here now, which is like 73 years later, you've changed so much. But you've changed in the right way, Traverse City. Keep doing what you're doing. Grow like that and keep it going.
I joked, I lived in Lincoln Park in Chicago for 2 years, and I was a block off of the lake, and it was Lake Michigan. And so when I Google mapped Traverse City, I joked that I'm like, oh, we're on the opposite corner and then I go, and it's probably going to be opposite in every way. Because Chicago, huge city, and Traverse City, I've heard that they have cherries, and that's about all I knew. And then I came here, and I was just saying last night, I'm like, they have everything you want, but it doesn't feel busy. And that's awesome. And we love it. And the people here, except for her, everybody else is awesome. No, everybody here has been so nice, and we don't feel we deserve it. It's like, this is too nice. We'll get our own water. Just me?
Yes.
Yeah. And the people are really interested in what we're doing too, and that's the other thing. I mean, I'm being from the Midwest, I'm used to nice and gentle people and all that, but they are nice to a point that they are not. They're mainly interested in what they're doing that day, and it seems like everybody on the street has 3 questions for me on what I'm doing. Everyone's really concerned, and that's awesome.
Because you're stealing.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I thought the apples were free.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Jeff nailed it last night, though, when he said the people here are like really nice, but also really smart.
Yeah.
Because it's not just sort of that, like, we're all so glad to have you here. Nothing like that. These people.
The old-timey prospector we met last night. Remember him?
Just like case in point, it's like the audience that filtered in for Saturday afternoon show is all of our audiences generally would start seating in the back and fill towards the front.
Yeah.
And your audience started in the front. And it was smart.
Really cool, actually. Yeah.
It was smart.
Well, cool. Is that what you got?
Good.
And chocolate balls. Chocolate balls.
On 3, everyone say Traverse City rocks. 1, 2, 3.
Traverse City rocks!
Chocolate balls.
There you go. You can edit that however you want. No, we're done, James. We're done.